All right, so this is us at Tim Draper's office on Wednesday launching the product. We gave him this fun little physical email, as I called it, just a letter, but it looks exactly like an email with our verified email product, which is pretty fun. And then this was him verifying himself. Now, this is what I'm going to have you all try right now if you're down. So I'll show you my inbox here on my phone. This is my actual Gmail inbox live right now. And you'll see that I have this verified label on certain messages. So Lay, for example, sent me a message and she's a verified sender because she's seen this in beta. So I can just quickly see in my inbox who's a verified sender and who's not. You'll see that we also have some cool other labels like this automated one that shows you when a message is an automated message. And also for threads when only some of the senders are verified, so you can be more careful. So if you want to try this, all you have to do is send me an email right now. So I can show you, let me pull up a quick file. Let's see if this works. I'll just open this up. So my email address, I'll put it big on the screen here, is liam@unumid.co. So hopefully everyone can see that. If you want to try this out, all you have to do is send me an email. You can do it literally right now. It'll show up in my inbox and you'll get an auto reply with a verification link. So I'll do that myself from another account so you can see what that looks like. So let me move this over. So here on the right.
It's .co, right? Not .com.
.co, yeah, not .com. Thanks for pointing that out. So on the right here, I have a test email account from Steve Torres is the name of the account. And I will send a message from Steve to liam@unumid.co. And it could be anything at all. I'll just send a quick email. And it should show up here in a second. I saw someone just emailed me here. And you should get an auto reply pretty much instantly. Might take 30 seconds or so to show up. So there's one from Steve, there's one from Jasmine. This is kind of fun. We're just all trying it together. So you'll see now that I got a message here saying, Steve, I'm using Unum ID to verify who's sending me emails. If you don't mind, could you please verify yourself? Now I've done this before, so it's showing up in a thread here, but for all of you, this will be a brand new message. And I get this verification link that I can use to verify myself. And once I do that, it's saying, hey, you'll show up in my inbox with this nice little verified badge. So I can do this from any smartphone, from any computer with what's called a platform authenticator, like a Touch ID sensor. So I'll just open this up here, click the link, and you'll see that I verify my email first. So usually that's done automatically. If you've done it before, like me, you'll have to do this one more time. And then the second step is verifying with your device. So all that involves is doing a Touch ID check, for example, on my MacBook. This verifies that I'm a real human being. I'm not a bot. And now there I am. I'm verified. And now if you'll see on the left here in my inbox, that message from Steve Torres now has a little verified badge next to it because Steve just verified himself. And it looks like Jasmine just did as well. And that's true also if I click on the message, I can see that it's a verified sender. So this is really helpful for me to save time by just looking at the messages that are from verified senders. So Tim, for example, Tim Draper, when we launched this with him on Wednesday, his goal is to get to the point where he can only look at verified messages. He gets 2,000 emails a day. He has 3 staffers reading emails with him, and he still can't get through them all. And so he's asking everyone who emails him to verify themselves to reach him. So you can go through this process yourself. It should be super easy. If it's not, let me know. We'll make it even easier. But you saw just on the right here how simple it is. The other cool thing you can do is then you can connect your account so that it auto replies to unverified senders like mine does today. So here on the right is Steve, and Steve can say, yeah, I want to connect my Gmail account. And when you do that.
One quick question, do I have to use Face ID? I don't get an option to not use my Face ID.
You have to do it. Yeah, you don't actually have to use Face ID though. You can use a device passcode or some sort of fallback method.
It's not giving me, just letting you know, it's not giving me an option besides only Face ID. FYI.
Okay, it might be the way your iPhone is set up. It depends on the device. So that part of it is called a platform authenticator check. and it's something that the operating system of your phone controls. So we trigger that process, but we don't control exactly which options appear. It depends on how you've set up the preferences on your device. So depending on whether you have a biometric set up on your phone or not, I have an older Android phone, for example, along with my iPhone. On that one, I can use a pattern-based authentication mechanism. It's basically a strong authentication that proves that you're a real person. That ties to secure hardware on the device, which is also very helpful. So it's super secure. You can keep multiple devices in sync. And I'll show you that when you do this, you get a nice little ID card here. And in this case, it's a very simple one. It just has the email address on it. But that ID card encodes information about who the person is, so that later on you can just, with one click, prove who you are. So you can also connect your email account. So I would encourage everyone to try that. It's pretty cool. You just click this connect Gmail account button. It'll start an OAuth flow and you can complete it from there. It's very easy. And as you see on the left here, a bunch of people are verifying themselves as they go, which is pretty great. Now, the next thing I want to show you is, how does this expand? You know, where do you go from here? Verified email is great, but it's just email. Well, the thing is, this technology of a web wallet, as we call it, with different devices, which we call keys, and then most importantly, digital ID cards, this is much more expansive than just email. It can store any information whatsoever. So if I go, for example, to my phone, I have a wallet here, which I can open, in this case, on my phone with a Face ID check. So it's completely passwordless, as you just saw. Now I have several ID cards in this wallet. So for example, this Prove ID card is from an identity verification provider called Prove that does verification based on phone carrier records. So they have my verified phone number, they have my date of birth, they even have my social security number based on the check that they did. Similarly, with Hyperverge, which is a doc scanning company, they have my address for my driver's license, they have my birthday as well, they have the high confidence of the liveliness check that they did, they have my full name. And now if I want to use this at a service, here's an example service, Acme Inc. And you'll see that they have a continue with one click button. And what that means is I can just click that button, it'll take me to the wallet, and it'll request specific pieces of information from me. And this is all defined by Acme, the company. So Acme says, hey, we'd really like you to share this information. Some of these things are optional, like phone number here, so I can choose to share that. Some of them are required, like birthday. So I'll just choose to share a few things and then share the data. I already did a biometric check, and then I'm done. So if you see that I go back to here, this simple demo is just showing on the screen exactly what I shared. And that's instant identity verification. So one click and you're done. So that's the power of this sort of technology, is that you have these digital ID cards. Some are simple, like this one that you just saw with just an email address, but some are much more complicated with many pieces of data. The upshot is that we have a completely passwordless solution that allows you to instantly prove who you are. So you do an identity verification one time, and then at any point in the future, you can reuse that to prove who you are without having to start from scratch. So this email verification product is just a very initial step in this process. It shows the proof of concept, shows how this can work in practice, and it gives people a very real world use case of this. But this can, in the future, be used in many, many more places. So we're already working with an identity verification provider called Hyperverge that you saw. We're launching a product with them in about a month to do one-click KYC for fintechs. If any of you are interested, please let me know. We're super excited about it. And we're going to keep growing verified email, hopefully in a viral way, all over the world. And that's all I have. Thank you so much.